Episode 37.
I was going to say I like that song.
Coming at you like a Ronaldo free kick.
Leaving United apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try meeting him.
Sick of them not winning.
Going to PSG to play Champions League football.
That's not confirmed, is it? PSG.
Yeah, well, the thing Neymar's been shipped out.
Now, so you have now Ronaldo and Messi together.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my
Oh, I
lord!
never thought of that.
Two
Yeah.
goats.
The goats, a pair of goats
Pair of goats.
on the field,
Maybe it'll be an anti-climax where the two of them will just work terribly together.
like two positives make a minus.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how that'll work.
Did you ever see the batteries, right? So they're talking about how safe battery cars are.
Right.
But batteries are full of lithium.
Mm.
Yeah.
And lithium is highly explosive.
Mm.
And especially when it corrodes a bit.
But I mean, we've had electric cars now for a little while, so
Did you... I don't know if
hasn't
I've
been
ever said in the podcast about the car graveyard that's outside Paris.
no.
So all like the... I don't know. I think I might have said it. You know, remember... Did I say like about Le County Council?
No.
In Paris?
No.
And they use electric cars, but they're so dear to replace the batteries to just buy new cars. So all the electric cars are all seeping all their lithium out and everything, and they
Oh,
reckon it's
Jesus.
just going to go.
No way.
Yeah.
So it'll be like the burning tire place in The Simpsons.
Oh yeah. Except it's all little smart cars.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, because like so a smart car is built in a factory
Mm-hmm.
that has to be assembled the car the same way as non-battery cars.
You're talking about battery cars, not smart cars. To be clear, smart cars.
No, just battery operated cars.
Yeah.
So like it's the same like power to generate the electricity in the factory to put the doors and things all in the car.
Yeah.
It's really only the emissions it saves. It
It's
doesn't
fuel.
save anything else.
Unless it's
and
solar
you,
powered and all that jazz.
and you mine lithium then as well in order to get
Yeah,
the
you mine
batteries.
lithium and it's shortage and it's really bad to mine lithium.
Yeah, and in really harsh weather, the batteries mightn't work.
Right.
Yeah, because Hugh McGregor and Charlie Borman, who done the long way round,
it's
long way
brilliant.
up, and they've
Have you
done
seen
something
that?
else.
I love that kind of stuff, but I actually haven't watched it.
That's a must.
Oh,
It's almost
yeah,
like I'm
did
not
I?
watching because I'm guilty. I feel guilty for not watching it by now, and I just think
Oh.
I'm never going to watch it.
Well, the
Definitely
long
a
way
must.
round was first. It was really good. Then the long way down, also really good.
And there's a
and
long
then
way
the
up.
and they done it on electric bikes.
Right.
And they were going through what's that mountain range in Chile or whatever. And
The Chile mountain range.
It's quite cold.
and the bikes just didn't work well
Didn't work.
because of the cold on the
Yeah.
batteries. Yeah, and they wouldn't charge right or anything like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting.
And hybrids are also people say like hybrids because it's the best of both. But you also have double the services then. So you have to get like your battery side serviced, and you have to get your petrol side serviced.
Yeah.
So that's a big running cost then as well.
I don't know what we should do, to be
I don't
honest.
know.
Hot air balloons.
Mm.
Go back to that, like Phineas Fogg.
No, but that's
Yeah.
burning fossil fuels. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
like
gas,
that.
isn't it?
unless you got like
Yeah,
unless you got an electric hot air balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a way of
Yeah.
creating heat?
Mm.
Rubbing your hands together
Maybe.
in the balloon.
yeah, so
Just
I don't know.
constantly creating an electric current,
Yeah.
setting a mini fire.
I think there's always going to be some sort of a trade-off.
Oh,
If we're
yeah.
looking to get somewhere faster than either walking or cycling a bike,
But
there's a
just-
trade-off.
I think we said it about Eamon Ryan as well, did we?
what
About that he got the train down to Limerick
yeah.
to obviously be environmentally friendly,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but he sent his bike in his car down to Limerick to meet him at
You
the station,
did not.
and got the bike in the station to cycle in. Oh look, I'm on my bike.
Oh,
What
for
a-
God's sake.
There's nothing that shocks me with Damon Ryan.
Oh,
these
he's,
days.
he's so close to saying like to switch off your car going downhill to save diesel. He's that close to saying he's that close to saying.
This lad and his advice, he needs to shut up.
I still can't get the speech he gave about the
Oh yeah.
people growing vegetables in their back garden.
Oh yeah,
I'm thinking then when they want vegetables, they go and get the vegetables in their garden
Yeah.
and the salads when they want them. It's just unreal.
and Michal Martin's gone to Ukraine.
Oh, is he? He's
Yeah.
going to fight the good fight.
Yeah, he's a lot like what we mentioned earlier. He's not posting up in case they know where he is. Not releasing any
Same
details.
story. Same
Is he
reason.
actually away out there? Is he?
Yeah, he's going out to meet Zelensky.
That's him.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
Got it
very
right.
good.
That was on the button there. Fair play.
Nice.
It's a great cause, in fairness, taking in Ukrainian families, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. At least
Um,
it's the ultimate thing you can do.
And
give
some of
someone
them
a
are
break.
brilliant.
had quite good jobs, like
Yeah,
are really
yeah,
well
yeah.
qualified as
Yeah,
well. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
they're just
There's-
waiting.
I just kind of presumed because there's people I know have Ukrainians living with them, and a lovely little family. But the dad is back in Ukraine, and in my head I was like, oh, he's probably a coal miner or something. But like he works in IT, just an IT dude.
But he's in the military, is he?
There's a.
I don't know.
Someone
I don't know what
said
the
there's
situation- he's still working there.
a 3-kid rule or something. That if you had 3 kids, you could leave.
All
if
right.
you had less than 3 kids, you had to stay in fight.
Yeah, they've got two kids.
Yeah,
Oh.
their rules are like, because sure.
Some rules like that.
Do you see in the
Oh.
news that they have this draft out? Like, if you don't read the letter or something like that, you can't get drafted or something like that. But basically,
What?
there was this nightclub that was on in Ukraine, in Kiev. It was like a rave, a legal rave.
Uh-huh.
But the army went in and got every man that was at the rave and drafted them.
Jeez.
Officially handed them their draft letters, and they had to be drafted into military.
We've probably talked about this before, but if the shit hit the fan and there was a draft on, would you go and fight for Ireland?
Yeah.
Depends who was against.
England.
Oh, yeah.
Automatically, that they just tell
Oh,
you
yeah.
it's against England, and then everyone will be like,
Yeah, it's not even a draft.
I am there.
It's like, just letting you know we're fighting for England. Yeah, right. Monday, is it?
Lads already on the ferry before you finish the sentence.
Yeah, no, I think if Ireland was being invaded, but then if you're going over somewhere else to help someone else, like I wouldn't have been in the army that went over, say the Americans or the British that went to like Iraq or Afghanistan or whatever.
Yeah, well, that's NATO. So we're not in NATO, thankfully. So
Yeah.
if we were in NATO, we'd have to do that.
the North Atlantic Treaty. What's the O stand for? Organization.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
Oranges.
Did you know any of the other ones? No.
No.
All right.
Just knew it was NATO.
Organization.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I'd say so.
Oh.
I would probably have to fight. I think you got to think about your kids as well.
Yeah.
If someone was invading Ireland, you'd have to definitely.
Oh, yeah.
But if there was something abroad, something happening in France, and Ireland was kind of brought in as an ally to fight someone.
What to make the sandwiches?
Well, do you know actually that I used to joke. I was in the FCA, and I know you were too, but I used to joke that and it got under these guys' skin, that the FCA were just the lads that made the sandwiches for the real army.
Sandbags are the
But the musicians in the army turn into stretcher carriers whenever if something like goes wrong and there is a war or whatever. All the musicians have to be stretcher guys.
So like you'd be carried off on a drum or something.
No, they get actual stretchers.
Is that because they're really good at carrying gear out of it?
Maybe,
after a
yeah,
gig?
they're used to it, yeah.
Oh, there's something I seen on TikTok, and there's some
Packing a van tight.
some railings or fence in Dublin or something.
20 bodies in.
was
No,
used.
you're thinking of London.
Oh, it's London, was it?
The old stretchers are used as railings.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I was in London. I seen it on the TikTok.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's like there's bits of her history all around or something. It's not the start of it or something.
Yeah, it's the what is it? Yeah, she says around us without even knowing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think morally, if there was something morally that Irish people could get behind, if we were threatened anyway, I think
so. Like,
they probably would.
say if a politician went to this country and was talking and came back with some kind of deal, and would you be for this deal or would you be against this deal?
What year is it?
Just a hypothetical situation that never happened.
Imagine if Micheál Martin came back from Ukraine and he was like, "We've agreed to we all have to go over. We have to fight.
Like all of us.
All of us.
Well-
all men."
Well, this is like leaving your house empty.
That's
You know what I mean?
No,
I'm telling everybody where we're going.
Imagine Micheál Martin came back from Ukraine and said, "Right, lads, we're giving the county of Cork to Ukraine. It's going to be the new Ukraine.
Jesus.
So we're giving
They can have
Ukraine
it.
the county of Cork." Would you say
'Cause of the
no?
rebels.
That's our land.
Yeah, I'm not fond of Cork anyway. You
Mm.
could have picked a better county, but
Yeah, you did say you didn't like
yeah.
Cork. Let's say Louth. We're giving Louth to Ukraine.
Well, if we're given anything, we may as well give it the ones we don't want.
Well, I mean,
Okay, let's say Meath
no, we can't have Meath.
No, because we'd have
No.
to get over
because
the
we have
run.
Bettystown.
yeah. Hill of Tara, we've got Newgrange, we've got Trimcastle.
Hmm.
No, they can't have
The
Meath.
best of the best.
That's the royal county. You can't have
But
that.
that's similar to what the story you're saying. Basically, you're coming back from negotiation. And it's like you're missing half your
Yeah.
counties.
Yeah. So which side would you have been on?
But I mean, like we are taking people in, and that's an EU directive, isn't it? Taking in
Well, that's
refugees.
part of the European
But
Union.
we took in a lot that we had really no plan in place. I know it happened very quickly. But,
Yeah.
You know.
I deal with a lot of hotels with the job, and the amount of hotels that have turned into Ukrainian place.
Direct provision type thing.
Kind
That-
of like direct vision style, but hotels just closed
People
down.
were saying that's why
Right.
the prices of places now for holidays in Ireland has just gone up
I
Right.
don't know.
because loads of hotels are like were gone down in the amount that's free like
Right.
or
Okay.
available like.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, by all means, we're not giving out about the Ukrainians.
No,
going
no,
over.
no.
It's-
No,
I
no,
think
no.
it's a
No,
great
I just think
cause.
there's could have been a better because not like there was in June I think they've left Minute now on the buses on Friday. So there's 400 and something of them, and they were like in student accommodation, but because they've been
Right.
families, and like those rooms are barely able to like house a student,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
let alone a family.
But it's needs must though, isn't it? Really though. You're
Yeah,
right. There
the
was
best of
no
the-
real.
Best of the worst
Yeah.
scenario.
Now, in fairness, they did set up a few games and were showing them hurling and things like that.
Oh, very
they
good.
had like face painting there one of the days for the kids and stuff.
Mm.
But they got a lot of suitcases to give out to them because that was the main thing that they didn't have when they came
Yeah.
was suitcases for their
Mm.
belongings.
That's
Mm.
unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah,
You just- you wouldn't be ready for
They must have
something
got
like
buggies as well because I had to pump up a lot of wheels.
No way.
Yeah, old buggies and stuff.
We're very lucky. We're very lucky.
Oh, Jesus, blessed. When you think about it.
Do you know what I was actually right? And it only happened to me there about a week and a half ago. I was out the back of the shed and a plane went over.
Right.
And I was looking up at the plane. And said,
Shot it down.
No. I was there.
If I had a rocket launcher,
You stop watching
and
the
I was
news.
looking at the plane going around, and there are people in the world that would be a terrifying sight to see a plane fly that low
Oh, right.
with that noise, because obviously in Ukraine now
Yeah,
that the
yeah.
rockets are coming, but here it's not a thing. You just kind of look up and say, "Oh, look at the plane going!" And it was one of those light aircrafts or whatever. It was low on the noise of it.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that noise somewhere in the world is a terrifying noise. Like,
I think if you look at places to live in the world, I think being in Ireland,
Mm.
I think we're in one of the best countries that you could be in.
yeah,
In terms
giving
of-
out about it. I don't give out about it.
It's almost it's unreal. It's almost like we're in a virtual world because Ireland it doesn't have earthquakes,
Nope.
tornadoes,
Nope.
snakes,
St. Patrick.
killer
Paddy.
spiders.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have any of this jazz.
No. Climate, okay, we get a bit of rain and wind, but like
We get no
you trade
extremes
that off.
because of the North Atlantic Drift.
Yeah. It's
get-
ideal, but even society wise,
societal.
is that yeah?
Yeah, let's go with that.
As a society, like it's pretty perfect to raise kids in.
Mm.
I know there's always
But even like the healthcare, I know it's not maybe great the way it's ran. It's not the people that are obviously working in nursing doctors; they're great.
Yeah.
But the way it's ran at the top, maybe. But you see Americans in TikTok, and they're coming
man.
over and they're saying, "Oh my God, like I went in and it was free or whatever."
Yeah,
like,
we had a
or I was
baby
looked
for free
after."
kinda
yeah.
thing.
Well, my mum, they were in San Diego last week and the week before. She had an accident while she was there and had to go to the hospital
Mm.
and got a little scan on her leg. No, or was it her? It was scan on her leg, yeah. And whatever it came to over like $1,500.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, for just a little scan, like.
Mm.
And then there's antibiotics on top of that and the visit and
like you're on holidays there and you're coming home. But imagine like you
Mm.
living there,
Oh,
and
yeah.
over the course of a year, hopefully nothing happens to you. But like you could have to
You
go
could do.
2 or 3 times. Or
the
whatever.
States. I was talking
They're
about
big
someone
on
about
like
this.
health insurance and stuff over there.
There's no real middle class in the United States. There's the extremely wealthy, or the wealthy to extremely wealthy, and then there's the poor.
Mm.
And if you're over here and you don't have healthcare, you're screwed. And the system is set up in that way that it's designed to keep you there.
Mm.
Yeah. But even like education, so people come out of their college, and
With the fees.
yeah, like
Oh,
they owe
Jesus.
like 80 grand in like student loans.
More, I'd say. Yeah.
So for the first like 10 years of their life, they're
Mm.
paying that back when they come out when they're
I think doctors
21, 22
doctors
or
owe
whatever.
like 200 grand.
That's
when they finish.
unbelievable. How could you afford that at that
Yeah.
age? Like, ridiculous.
It's a vicious circle.
yeah.
Um,
That's why scholarships, I guess, are so important.
do you want to do a little bit of news, or we go straight into our 40 questions?
Yeah, well, do you have news?
No, well, let me do one piece
I'd
of
like
news.
to hear some news.
Okay,
Okay.
one piece of news, and
I'd
I'll
love
give you
it.
3 gigs for the weekend, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you the story about the sheep.
Okay, perfect. Okay, this one piece of news that I found this week, which was absolutely fantastic. 5 complete strangers
Mm.
found out they are The Rock's siblings.
No way.
Yeah,
Like brothers and sisters.
Yeah. Imagine you find out you were brother or sister of The Rock. So the 5 total strangers discovered that they all shared DNA through their father, WWE Hall of Famer Rocky Johnson.
Rocky Johnson.
Was he a bold boy?
So a man Johnson.
He was a bold boy. Yeah,
I
half siblings.
I finished watching The Rock now.
5 of them.
I
A
might
young
give it a
Rock.
You brought that up last week, actually. Yeah.
I've
Last
finished now. Season 3 is coming out in November.
Felt
or
like
whatever.
only yesterday.
But going on, your man, the nail, how well your man, the actor looks like
Yeah,
the real Rocky
brilliant.
Jackson.
All
But
right.
the way he carried on, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was off touring and all, and the mother and Little Rock was at home, or Pebble. as he was known.
Imagine that. Like, you're sitting on the couch, like, eating ice cream, the beer belly sitting out, and you're like, you find out you're the Rock's brother.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, can't meet him now.
But he was destined to be a wrestler. Like his
Yeah.
uncles were wrestlers, cousins.
Mm.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, I think, is his cousin.
Oh, is he?
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
Is it Roman Reigns?
He's
Well,
a current kind of wrestler, isn't
I
he?
had
Yeah.
no interest in wrestling when I was in Gosling.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I didn't until
I like The Rock and Steve Austin, as we talked about last week. And
there was
Triple
definitely a
H.
period when it was. Although I guess that to us it was the golden period of
yeah.
wrestling when
I think
Undertaker and all that type of
Rocky
stuff.
Johnson was unfortunate that he was just coming to an end when it was taken off,
Yeah.
and then he double booked himself or broke the contract with Vince McMahon, and he didn't get to be at the WWF at the start.
Mm.
Oh well, it's called WWE now because it
World Wildlife Federation.
Yeah, so they had to change
I
it.
always
Yeah.
got confused with the wrestlers that were in WCW and WWF.
Oh,
Yeah, but they eventually bought that, I think, didn't they?
I think so.
WCW
Well,
and turned
Hulk
it into.
Hogan was with the WCW.
Oh, was he?
Is it?
I'm not. No,
What
he
do
was WWF.
What are you talking about, brother?
Yeah, because I was kind of going, why doesn't Hulk Hogan fight the Undertaker or something like that or something?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people were like, they're like WCW.
Yeah, there was different
And
federations
I'm
and,
like,
stuff.
I don't know.
I used to think of it like there was like Premiership footballers, and then there was like Division 1 footballers,
Oh, yeah.
and WCW was like Division 1.
Hmm.
It wasn't quite as good.
Because I know they swapped over and big kind of, yeah.
There's too much to keep up with, and earmuffs for all the little kids out there. It's fake.
What?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Like, I always took that with like, do you say with a grain of salt or whatever?
But the
Like,
acting's terrible.
yeah, but you still have to admire the shape they're in.
Oh God, yeah.
And their ability to do these things without hurting each other.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nearly harder not to hurt each other
Yeah.
than it would be to actually hurt each other.
Yeah.
Because a lot of talking and communication and things like that, like, you know.
Loads. Yeah.
But if you're watching it for actual, like, reality of fighting.
you might as well be watching Coronation Street.
Yeah,
Like.
yeah.
I'll give you 3 gigs and then move on.
Gigs, let's do it.
All right, so I got 3 gigs this weekend: Friday, Saturday, and again another Monday one. I know I did a Monday one the week before as well,
Wonder.
but I'm liking the idea of a Monday gig now.
For the nurses
Monday
and
gigs are
guards.
good.
Pixies on Friday. That is in the festival
Like
Big
the
Top.
original Pixies.
Pixies, yeah, Pixies. I thought that was a good one. I know they're a big band, like, but where's the festival Big Top? I'm trying to Google that there just for a second. I didn't actually find out where that was.
Did you find it?
tickets-
It sounds like a Cork thing.
Yeah, it's very Corkish. That's the marquee, isn't it? That's
Oh,
Cork.
maybe.
Festival Big Top. We'll find out where that is. That's on Friday, €57.
Galway.
Oh, Galway. There you go.
Yeah, Heineken Big Top Galway.
Right.
Is that it?
Yeah, the Pixies are fantastic. The other one then on the Saturday is Oliver Cole. This is a guy called Ollie Cole. He is a Meath man. He's from Kells. And he's playing in Whelan's. And he is...
Ollie Cole is from Whelan's. Oh, from
Ollie Cole was born in Whelan's, yeah.
Oh my god.
He's from
With a
Kells.
guitar in his mouth.
But yeah, there you go. In Whelan's on Saturday. And tickets are €18.
Oh,
That's a
Not a
deal.
bad price.
That's
No.
a deal. And then my last one then is Monday is C6 Steve. Class.
Oh, yeah,
you ever seen
he's
C6
good,
Steve?
yeah.
He's in Vicar Street. So 2 big ones actually this weekend, Pixies and C6 Steve.
A lamb pooped on me.
Why?
A lamb poop. Were you holding it above your head?
So why did the lamb poop on you?
We had to wean the lambs the weekend.
Oh no.
Yeah, so
Weaning is, just to explain that, it's when you take it when it doesn't start sucking the mother's milk.
you have to separate them, yeah.
Separate them from the mums.
So-
There's
so-
some amount of whining, isn't there?
So the lambs are going up the road now, and
Yeah.
the lambs are at home. And you see, we don't have a drafting gate,
Mm-hmm.
so basically I had to pick them up and feck them back in.
Oh god.
Yeah, well, I didn't feck them back in, but like put them,
And did
put
you
them
feel
the opposite
bad,
side
like
of the
you're
gate.
ripping a relationship apart?
No, because a lot of them now weren't going for suck much
Mm.
because they're old and they're getting too tall to like go in under anyway.
Right, okay.
So it was about time anyway, and it might be bad for the lambs for a couple of days, but it's good for the lambs.
Are they like the teens of sheep now? So like they're 18,
They-
19,
yeah,
it's time to move on?
No, they're around. They're the moany ones, like
With the
they're
AirPods
13 or
in.
14
Yeah.
year olds,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
flicking the fringes and
Playing the
things like
Xbox.
yeah. No, mom, no,
Was it quite loud for like 2 nights?
no, just one day.
That was it.
Yeah,
During the day.
they're kind of grand now. Like,
Hmm.
so it's been a couple of days now, obviously. But
Mm.
yeah, so I had one lifted up and was putting it the other side of the gate to separate, and I just pooped. I was like, oh, God.
And but was it
Teenagers.
like it's only pebble poop, isn't it, or was it scutter?
No, well, it got pressed in because I had it.
Oh.
You know.
But
So-
you're obviously wearing your farmer overalls.
Well, bottoms. Yeah, I don't wear overalls.
All right, okay.
I wasn't wearing.
You don't wear overalls because you had that hat as well, like
the flat
navy
cap.
overalls, a welly, and that hat.
The flat cap. No, that flat cap's too expensive. To wear, though.
What?
That's like a dress flat
It's
cap.
designed for it though.
No.
Dress flat cap.
Yeah,
Your ancestors are spinning in
I'm
their
gonna
graves.
get,
at the
I'm going to
moment.
get you a dirty flat
I
cap.
do have bibs though. The bib, like
What
the
are you
brace.
eating? You're eating the
With-
boot.
that's waterproof, but it's too warm now to wear them.
You are officially a dad. You've been pooped on.
Mm.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
90% of being a dad. It's staying out of the
Yeah.
way, making sure you're there for bedtime, and being
You're
pooped on.
Pooped on by a
Yeah.
toddler.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
You're
excellent.
more than ready.
Now, should we tell all the good listeners what we're going to do today?
Yes.
Do it, man. You tell.
Okay, so just a little bit something different, right?
Mhm.
Because maybe we don't know these things about each other, and maybe it might bring up some interesting topics of conversation.
Uh-oh.
But we said we'd do like a best friends quiz.
Oh, God. I'm so nervous.
Best
Um,
friends. Where's the jingle?
Although
You got a
there's
jingle?
no... Oh,
Oh, yeah.
no. Yeah, I will make a jingle. Yeah,
That's
yeah. There's
fine.
enough time to make a jingle, yeah.
Didn't
No, not tonight. Like.
Stewie?
No, I won't say
Stewie
no.
made one, didn't he, about being best friends, did he? In Family Guy, no?
I don't remember that.
Mm.
Okay, so I have 40 questions, but we probably won't go through all 40.
Now, the pressure is on for you two. Like, I'm new enough to this little throuple that we have
Yeah,
going
but
on.
you said that already. But like, John is not asking me for me to answer about him. We're answering for each other. And then like you'd be like, "Oh, I didn't know that about you."
Well, you're answering for yourself, you
Yeah.
mean? All right, so you're not answering something about him.
No, no, no.
Would it be more interesting if we did that?
Not with these questions.
All
I'm-
right.
I am so worried. I'm totally out of the loop here.
Is it
so
earmuffs time for little kiddies?
No, it's
Oh,
just
okay.
I'm not
like
going to tell him about that
about
time.
feelings and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so what will we
Do-
give like a 30-second reply thing?
Okay. So what, you just say it and then we just say,
Yeah. So like question 1 is like, what am I most afraid of?
oh, wow, we're going into that. Feelings like,
Well, we can start at 40 and work our way back if you want.
what's 40?
Hang on there now.
Depends what way they're are they building up to something?
Question 40 is, if we met earlier, what would our relationship have been like then?
Oh,
Jeez, these are deep.
it's deep.
Yeah.
This is a podcast we can
Now,
download.
I won't lie, I haven't pre-read these questions.
Oh, God, here we go.
No.
You've been doing that quite a lot
We're in
recently.
trouble.
I just googled the best friends quiz.
And is this meant for like two blonde best friends that are from New York? He's like, what's your favorite Tiffany's item?
I have no idea.
Okay, so what's question number 1? Let's just get
So
into it.
I don't know how.
What's your
how
biggest
honest you-
fear?
Yeah. What am I most afraid of?
I'm most afraid of sharks. I've discussed this before.
Okay. Sharks. Fair enough.
John?
I have to say what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is very like therapy.
Water.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I
Oh.
get anxious around water, yeah.
Drowning, like
Even if
drinking a bottle of water.
even if the kids
Shaking.
are having a bath, I get nervous at
Oh,
the
yeah.
bath. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine would
So
be
it's drowning, like.
Drowning. Yeah.
drowning.
Yeah.
Just
apparently,
you drowning in the water, or just drowning?
Me drowning looking at it because I'd stop breathing and something.
I was listening to a podcast during the week. Stuff you should know, by the way.
Yes.
If anyone
Yeah.
wants to listen to stuff you should
Uh,
know, it's
Waffle Hour
fantastic.
episode 35. Yeah, fair play tip.
What?
Go on. You were
What?
listening to episode 35. Yes.
No, I was
the
not.
only podcast in
Stuff,
Podcast.
stuff you should know is fantastic.
Oh, that's what's it called. Stuff you should
It's
know.
called Stuff You Should Know. Yeah,
Check it
Josh
out.
and Chuck, they're brilliant. I went to see them in Vicar Street.
Oh,
They
right.
did a live podcast
Oh,
last year, and
dreams.
the year
Are they
before.
Irish?
No, they're American from
That's why
Atlanta.
you should
Just
all,
George.
you should
They're
like
brilliant.
and subscribe to us because that's what we want to do.
That too, but they're these guys are pros. Not like us. Well, then we got yellow mic tops
yeah,
now.
we got yellow mic
we're
top.
mic top.
Like today, FM.
Mic
But
top people.
It was an episode on drowning,
Okay.
and I will send it to you. It sounds like it is possibly the worst way to die.
So yes, so listen to a podcast about my fear.
Yeah.
Sure.
I listened to a podcast on sharks.
Yeah.
And I watch stuff about sharks loads.
Like shark porn.
Yeah, it's like Chandler, and yeah, I actually had a conversation with someone about that recently.
Okay, I will listen to it.
I'll send you a little linky link. Bertie, no, you're not just answering the questions. What's your
I
biggest
did.
fear?
I was about to answer and you cut across me.
Yeah,
so
what's
I
your
was like,
biggest
okay, well,
fear?
I'm not answering them.
Lamb poop, is it?
Yeah, that would be- It would be about leaving a legacy or not leaving a legacy.
Oh, we're getting deep.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
deep,
that'd be like, you know,
And how do you
whether
feel?
you be remembered or who'd remember you when you're gone.
How do you feel about your current progress?
Well, you're trying to do something, aren't you?
If you
Whether
Google
it's-
Bertie McLaughlin,
it's a sheep farm or it's football or whatever.
Is
like.
that what this podcast is? Your
Yeah.
legacy?
Yeah.
let's
Look
say
back on.
let's say your grandchildren Googled Bertie McLaughlin.
Yes.
Would you appear on Google?
Currently, I do a player on Google for
A number
different
of
things.
things.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I Googled you once. Yeah, and you came up as the awfully guy. Awfully
Awfully good looking.
Awfully good looking. I like
Yeah.
it.
There's few paper things being mentioned, paper football and stuff, and
Legacy is important. Is it a fear of not leaving a legacy though?
yeah,
You're afraid of that?
yeah.
Like,
One of them.
would you like wake up sweaty at night thinking about, oh my god, I'm not leaving a legacy?
No, but it'd be something I think about
Hmm.
Right. Okay.
more often than other things.
But do you
perhaps,
feel
like-
you're on
Really?
track, or you haven't reached
Yeah.
that peak yet?
No, well, I think I'm more on track of doing stuff. Where like I think through my 20s, it was more like you didn't have money, you didn't have budgets.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
do you
yeah.
do?
Yeah.
But since I hit 30, I've marked more things off the list of having done things,
Now,
and think that
I think it's more that perspective changes as you get older.
yeah.
Like a legacy for us when we were in our 20s would have been, I want all my friends to think I'm cool,
yeah.
or I want people who I went to school with to think I'm cool now.
Where like
Mm.
say if I finished a mini and that mini is passed down,
Yeah.
I
or,
get you.
Or if say I get really good at sheeping,
Or would you like
and
it?
then you can pass on like a sheep farm or something like.
Okay,
to
so-
pass
Yeah,
on. Because
yeah.
at the moment the job I have, that's not a passable thing. Like
So
Right.
do you mean legacy as if you want something
For
belong-
kids.
that's yours that carries on through a life, or are you talking about having a street named after you for something that you've done?
Oh, I like that one.
oh yeah,
Like, let's say
that would be
Finnegan's
cool.
Way. Finnegan was well known around the town. He
Yeah,
didn't do
yeah,
anything
yeah.
absolutely exceptional. He was just a well known guy
yeah,
around the
he's
town.
around.
All right.
But he's
Yeah.
had now as a street immortalized, and he has a legacy there. So is that the kind of
Yeah.
legacy? Or are you talking about you're going to invent some new?
No, so
GA
like,
type.
do you know when you watch things, especially like maybe American things, and they're thinking, oh, this has been in our family for generations, like.
Yeah.
And I think about things maybe that we currently have. So like the land that the house is built on, and most of the uncle's lands was granddad's land,
yeah.
and it
Yeah.
got passed down.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about what would you leave behind, like that's all.
We've nothing in our family currently.
I would think about the same sort of thing, but I think of it more as in like an interpersonal legacy. So how I interact with people. So the more I try to interact with as many people as I can and have like as many positive interactions as I
Mm.
can and be nice to them and try and do nice things
Yeah.
so that if God forbid something does happen, at least when people look back at me, they'll be like, oh, he was nice. Yeah, we
Yeah.
did this thing, or I have this nice, rather than the kind of like, obviously the music school is a legacy, or the band stuff, or even like stuff like this podcasting or whatever. But I think the interpersonal thing is more important
I suppose
to
a
me.
good way of judging your way of life would be to see how large your funeral would
That's another thing that I think
be.
about
So
as
if your
well.
funeral literally shuts down a town, you know that you've done well in life.
Yeah.
Unless you're 105 when you die and there's nobody left.
But how do you find out about that though? So do we have to fake our own deaths basically?
You'd have to.
I
The-
love
I
the
like
way-
where this is going.
I
You
love
can
the
fake
way-
your own death, then kill yourself
I
straight
love the way
after.
each of us took 30 seconds to answer that question.
Oh, sorry. This is going to take forever.
Alright, okay.
Maybe just go for 10.
So legacy, Bertie, that was a good one.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
good.
that was
You could have
good.
done a topic on
I
that.
said water. Fuck my life.
What did I say? Oh, sharks. Yeah. Oh, God. Jeez,
Okay.
that was brilliant, Bertie.
That
Yeah, well
was
done.
Epic.
Yeah,
Write
very
a book
good.
on that.
Question number 2. It's just downhill. We will just shell bombs. Let's
Yeah.
do it. Finish it up.
Time is it?
Oh, Jesus.
All right. The question number 2. Where can you always find me?
And who is that to go now at the moment?
That's open floor.
Are we going round to the round the table?
Yeah, if whoever wants to answer first.
So Scotty has to answer, where can he find me, or where would you find himself?
We've talked about this. This is just
Yeah, they were
your
just
own
answering
thing.
Justin Bieber.
What?
That's a throwback from the last episode. Remember, we were
Oh.
confused about the name of the
Oh, Mazita.
Mazita. Yeah. Sorry. Where would you find me? With my kids.
Okay.
Wherever they are, I am. Apart from when they're at their mum's, then I'm not there.
Yeah.
So not with my kids, I guess. Music school. I don't know. That's interesting.
I don't know if this is like a hobby based thing
It's a
or is it
tricky-
like literally where are you most whether it be like at
It's
home,
tricky to say.
at
It
work.
depends on the time of day. It could be at work.
Yeah.
It could be at home. It is a tricky question.
The most.
Yeah.
Is it the most? Does it say the
Where
most?
can
in
you
it?
always find me?
Oh, always.
So I think it's more probably aiming towards what's like your favorite place to go to more so than anything else. Like.
Ooh. Interesting.
I I wouldn't be a massive fan of water, but I love being at the beach, like.
Right.
I hate
And
the beach.
I think
Yeah.
just standing, but like
How are you two friends?
it has to be
You're
like
completely
a
opposite.
quiet beach,
We've never been
and
to the beach together.
just have your feet in the water up to like your ankles,
Right.
and it's just like a connection, and you're looking out, and not like
What about
this-
sharks?
Not
Have you
like
thought about
east
sharks?
coast. I'm talking west coast,
Oh no.
and you're looking out across the Atlantic, and you just like, and it's just quiet, and you just hear the waves. It's not a busy beach.
So
or
basically, all my fears put together.
And mine as well.
If you're
There's
asking me to
definitely
find you there, I'm not going.
Remain unfound.
I just find
Vertigus.
that's kind of a nice place. Whether it's the peace or the connection or something, I don't know. Yeah.
Interesting. The West Coast is gorgeous.
Other than that, you'd probably find me at home.
Yeah, with the sheep.
Yeah,
Surrounded by sheep.
yeah.
What about you, John? Where would you be found?
I probably, obviously, because I have a family, I'd say at home with my family. So it's
Yeah.
a tricky question.
Yeah.
Okay, we move on.
Yeah, move on. Yeah, yeah.
Question number 3.
Get stuck there.
What's been my greatest accomplishment?
Oh, Jesus. Legacy, huh?
I know.
Ooh. Yeah, probably my kids again.
Your
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah, definitely.
because they're not dickheads.
Yes, they're very sound,
Yeah,
apart from when they're being moody, but like, they're still quite sound when
yeah.
they're
Well,
moody.
the good outweighs the bad, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely. Well worth it. Kids, definitely, 100%. Music school. Huge penis. In that order.
Oh, wow, top 3. John, anything to add to?
Accomplishments.
What has been my greatest accomplishment?
I don't really have any. I kind of just glided.
Like Netta, no.
I've just like
You're punching it there.
neutrally made it through life. I suppose accomplishments would be kids, having kids, and they're healthy, and that's an accomplishment, I suppose, and they're raised well. But like in terms of success, I suppose being able to have a house and have a job, it's an
Yeah.
accomplishment for me that can provide a house over my family's heads.
Do you feel, just about something you said there,
Yeah.
do you feel life has happened to you? Or do you feel as if you have made life happen for yourself?
If no, I'm quite happy now with life in the sense that I'm not fighting forever anymore. I'm not kind of going someday
Yeah, yeah.
I'll do this. Right now I'm happy if I get the same month's wages I get for the rest of my life and I can pay the mortgage. I'd happily just sit there and watch the kids grow up.
That's a lovely place to be in, isn't it?
It is. I'd literally happily just watch the two
Oh,
kids
God,
grow
someone
up.
cutting onions.
No, that's it. No, I've nothing else. Like obviously I'd like to aim for, but I feel that's the house I'm in now is forever home.
Beautiful.
I have a lovely wife, so I don't need to like search for any wives or anything like that.
Your wives.
And
I'm on the search for new wives if
I'm on-
anyone's interested.
if you get me, and yeah, I have 2 lovely kids that are healthy, so I can just literally sit back, watch them grow up. I don't have to worry about like if they don't have any disabilities or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't feel they have to worry about growing up in a tough world and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm happy out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geez, that's a fantastic place to be in.
I suppose it is. Yeah.
Would you go more kids?
I'd like more, but she wouldn't. So
Okay.
it's,
So you'd have to go find someone somewhere else.
If you get tricky about it.
or I'll just surprise her.
That's what to
Like
say.
like
Surprise!
Soul Man Johnny Green.
Do you remember those pills? I swapped them out for Tic Tacs. Baby time. What about you? Did you answer already, actually?
Well, once, as I said already, like
What was even the question?
on my
Accomplishments.
yeah,
What's the
Oh,
greatest
yeah,
accomplishment?
sorry.
It's from my 30th birthday. So I always wanted a vintage car.
Yeah.
I always wanted then. Well, not always wanted, but when I to own my own business, but more so the gym when I qualified and started on that course of life in my early 20s.
Hmm.
Because I always wanted a business. I obviously thought it was a different business when I left school and stuff, but I knew.
Yeah.
And then was to have some kind of animal input or own animals or something. And I ticked that off the list. So next thing is probably trying a house.
Yeah.
Next one.
You've had a lot of accomplishments, though, like as in accomplishments, because you set up a gym, you're an entrepreneur, you've tried a lot of different things, so you've had you have a long list of accomplishments.
Yeah, well, like everything was for an end game, and something like you at the moment, you're kind of just you've ticked a few off the box, and you're just kind of searching for that next one. I suppose the house will be the next one, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, probably the same as actually. Yeah.
Oh God, Jesus. Question number 4. And my biggest disappointment.
Oh, just give me a second on that. There's a long laundry list of things. Oh, Janie Mac. Does someone want to go first? I have to think about that one. These are questions that you really have to think about.
Yeah, and you wanted to answer them on each other.
God, could you imagine?
Biggest disappointment. I suppose it's one of the things about, but it's the age thing again. Like when I was 17, I feel like I probably wasted 3 years of going after the wrong thing. Is that a disappointment? You know, I could have been a little bit further ahead than I was, because really the time in that loan, although I enjoyed it and I learned a lot, it didn't benefit me in where I ended up going because it wasn't what I wanted to do. But
Yeah.
then I was only 17 at the time, so.
All of your past either accomplishments or, say, if you want to put it as a failure, it's led to now, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Everything is.
There hasn't been anything that has been like dramatic, like a massive, like life-altering disappointment yet. There's things that kind of annoyed you or things that didn't go right, but it wasn't a case where, you know, say I had to sell my car because I owed someone money because something didn't work out or whatever. Everything was always quite safe and never that big of an investment anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, nothing really overly disappointed on it.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have any major disappointments. Obviously, the marriage thing was pretty disappointing at the time. But again, like, if you're happy with who you are now, you can look back on those things that you would class as disappointments as just a stepping stone to
part of a journey.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's all part of it, I think.
Yeah, because it's not like, say, you went to England and you tried to be a professional footballer and you fell flat on your face.
Yeah.
Like, I've nothing like major life altering like that would be a disappointment, I don't think. Just minor ones.
I think you'd be disappointed. You'd be major disappointed if you didn't try something. That's why I would be disappointed. If I could look back and be like, oh, God, I really wish I would have actually, like, starting the music school or something, or trying to get into the Supertones band singing and stuff.
Well, I know one thing that would have disappointed me is that if I got that job in Maynooth that time and that's all I ever done was just to stay in that one job.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's grand and it pays the bills, but there's no passion or anything in it. It's just you go in and do the same thing every day kind of thing. Like, it's basically an office job, which I never thought I'd see myself in.
Right.
But it has paid for everything else that I do like doing.
You got to be sensible about those things as well, though. Like, you can't just go off the handle and go, oh, I'm just going to do the thing that I love.
Yeah.
You have to be safe about it.
Yeah, because without being in Maynooth, I couldn't have bought the bouncy castles. Without the bouncy castles, I didn't build the shed for the gym. Without the gym, didn't get cheap. So
yeah. As I said, it's all just a little path to get to where you are now.
Okay,
that's the big thing.
Question 5.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
let's do
it. Where would we go if we could go on any vacation?
Japan, 100%.
What, Japan?
Yeah. Why Japan?
No, just Japan. Then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Japan.
110%.
Why Japan? Just like literally, that was the tip of your tongue.
What's going on with Japan? Culture.
Sushi.
Have you been there before?
Sushi.
No, never been there. Sushi. Just the culture. I love.
And this is
Japanese
the podcast,
culture.
episode 225, live from Japan.
Oh, I wish that'd be so good. Yeah, the topography, is that the right word? Like the geography of Japan.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful, and I love the culture and everything.
So would you like
100%.
the capital of Japan, or would you go to the rural areas?
Yeah, rural. Well, I wouldn't mind seeing the rest of Japan as well, but rural Japan, yeah.
Japan, I never would have had that on my list.
Really? Oh, man.
Like China would be on my list before Japan, I suppose.
No, definitely Japan before China, I'd say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wouldn't mind seeing China as well, and the culture there is quite nice, but definitely Japan, I think. Yeah. That's my one.
Good.
What about you?
Kerry. I love Ireland.
Ireland, yeah, I love Ireland too.
I'd go to Kerry and tour around Kerry. I haven't been to Kerry in 10
But yet
years.
you don't know any of the places there.
I know nothing.
I know, yeah.
I know one place, Enniscall. That's all I know about Kerry.
Jesus.
But I'd go. Yeah, I an ideal holiday would be Kerry. Yeah.
Right. Achievable.
Achievable. Well, technically achievable. Yeah, but
Japan would be achievable too, to be fair.
Wow, so that's a bit further.
2022. But
yeah, it is achievable though. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, no, Kerry. I have no kind of inclination to go see a foreign country.
Really?
No.
Right.
No. No. Unless No, I actually have no inclination to see a foreign country. I'd rather go see Kerry and see the beauty of Ireland in your home country.
You can do that though. You can hop in the car anytime you want and go
Yeah,
for it.
Yeah.
I
Well, not
suppose.
anytime you want. You've got kids and stuff, but
Yeah, but I suppose we I don't know. Just life is busy. You know, like I haven't had a week. Every week's holiday has like I've gone to Lithuania to visit family in Lithuania because there's an event on. My next week's holiday, I'm going to a
yeah,
a wedding.
they're all used on
My
the
next,
things.
I guarantee my next week holiday will be like to renovate the house.
Yeah.
You know, so like
It's functional.
so every week holiday I take is a reason.
Would you not like to see, say, like the Great Wall of China or the pyramids or
I've
Grand
seen enough-
Canyon?
No, I've seen enough documentaries.
You don't give a shit. You just want to watch it on TV.
Yeah.
But like seeing it in person,
Google images.
no interest.
No interest.
Right.
And I was saying that like I do like touching things. Like I went, I'd like I seen that in telly, and I go and touch it. Oh, there you go, touched it.
Touch the Great Wall of China
like-
and then walk off.
Like,
You know
I
what you
thi-
feel.
I think in an airport somewhere. I don't know where the airport was, but I was in an airport somewhere, and a chunk of it was Germany actually, Dusseldorf, and a piece of the Berlin Wall was in the airport.
Oh yeah.
And I went, oh, there's the Berlin Wall. I touched it. There you go. Don't need to go to see the Berlin Wall anymore.
That's it done now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
I just don't have that inclination, I suppose.
No, it's it's either in you or not, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah,
We
like
had
if
that
I-
talk before.
If I travel a bit with work, and yeah, like even the boss or whoever I travel with, come on, we go tour. And I'm like, nah, I'm alright. I'll just stay in the hotel
You
room.
sit
Watch
there on
telly.
YouTube looking at.
I could be in a hotel and the window would be there and there'd be a view of the pyramids.
Yeah.
I'd be just watching the news.
You stand there with your fingers stuck up at the window
I
the whole
wouldn't even.
time you're
The
there.
curtain would be closed.
Fucking hell. Watching like pictures of trim.
I'd watch a documentary on the pyramids on
Braveheart.
the telly. in Egypt, I'd be watching a documentary on
Oh
the
my
pyramids. Like,
God.
those pyramids are great, aren't they?
Again, that's a nice place to be in. It irritates me that I can't go see more things.
You can though.
I can. I can, but as you say, like the time that you get off, either the kids are doing something,
Yeah.
or again, it's saving the amount of money to go to like far away places and stuff. And
But do you think?
It's like that film Up with the jar.
But you've got
They're
to.
saving to do this.
Oh,
thing
yeah.
and then they have to
yeah.
rehouse the
I
roof
know.
or
I
something.
know you love your kids and everything, but
Roof house.
when have you got own time?
Yeah. When is own time?
Right now, you're using my own time to talk about
Like you-
shit.
You could go somewhere for a week, and the kids will still be there when you get back.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have to work around other people's schedules and stuff as well. It's complicated.
Let's go to Japan.
It's more complicated in, say, like a separated household.
When do we meet? We've talked about that
Every
already.
Wednesday,
Yeah.
9 p.m.
yeah. Wednesday nights.
And that's when we do meet. But when did we meet?
Oh.
Oh, when did we meet?
Yeah. Well, we said about the Matchbox car park, you and me,
Yeah.
J-Dog.
Yeah.
I met you in
Scotty.
fifth year in
Yeah.
secondary school.
Yeah, you're right so far.
Yeah. I can't remember where.
Oh. Well, I
Do you remember
well,
where
I-
we met?
not the very first meeting, obviously, but I do
Oh.
remember fifth year geography. That we were beside each other.
Where we fuck?
Yeah, we
Oh,
were.
sorry.
That's where I remember you from most.
Fifth year geography. Whose class from?
Miss Higgins. We were
Oh,
in the
yeah.
prefab a couple of times, and we
Miss
were
Higgins.
out the back.
Yeah.
One of the rooms. Then as
We were
well.
sitting beside each other, were we?
Yeah, and then
Jesus.
when we were then the following year was Mr. Claffey, but like we just
Oh,
sat
yeah.
wherever we wanted because we were in Leave Sorts of
Mr. Claffey was cool as well.
She always put us in order or whatever. Like,
All right.
yeah, that's where I remember you from.
Yeah, it was school.
No, I can't remember the specific very first time we met.
Oxbow Lakes, definitely.
Yeah.
I remember you from a sporting capacity in fifth year.
Oh,
That's where I remember you from. Playing. It was obviously PE or something.
yeah, we played soccer with us Wednesdays or something. Wasn't it?
Yeah. That was definitely that capacity, I'd say.
Oh.
And
And when did you meet John?
I remember you from back in the days of
Robbie's house, yeah.
Robbie's house, but I think officially probably like the five-a-sides, wasn't it?
No, a bit before then. I think
Oh, no.
it would have been.
It was around. It was after school anyway.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't
Yeah,
meet
it
you
definitely
through
wasn't school
school.
time. I don't think I knew you in school.
I think it was around like. Was it through gigging?
Gigging, yeah. I through maybe Catch 22. I met you through Kieran, I think.
Music box.
The Music Box, yeah.
Ah, the
That's
Music
exactly
Box.
where I met you. It
Yeah.
was through the Music Box,
Through the
actually.
Music box.
Yeah, it would have been. Oh God, I don't know what year that was.
Yeah.
2009, 10.
Yeah, 8, 9.
somewhere around there. Yeah.
I
Okay.
bought me. Yeah,
There's-
no, 2010 is when I bought the thing. So yeah, 2007,
Oh, the
8, 9.
thing.
Yeah.
No, I bought me a house in 2010, but I was in when I met you in the music box. I was probably living with Kieran at Lumley.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I definitely met you through Kieran, and
Yeah.
then got to know you more. I think through Robbie. Then.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah.
Small world.
It's a follow-on question.
Yeah.
Back then, did you think we'd be friends for this long?
So, you answered already for yourselves, didn't you? Back then.
Well,
Oh, that's a good question.
me and you have just crossed paths up until we started doing this, really.
Yeah, but I mean, we would constantly cross paths.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So, like, obviously in school for a couple of years, and then, you know, when you're 17, 18, you still cross paths. Then you start doing different things. Then we were doing the five-a-side for ages as well.
Yeah.
And then it was drums, and you rented bouncy castles off me. And
Yeah.
But I'd say since we started doing the podcast, which completely like a serendipitousness
Yeah.
of
yeah,
it all, that you text me on the week that Johnny was missing
Yeah.
about the podcast. This is the most consistent that probably we've seen each other.
Just looking to do a jingle, by the way. That's all I wanted to do. Just wanted to write a song.
Sucked in.
But through Paul Carras, I knew you through Paul as well. You were quite good friends with Paul.
Yeah, best friends with Paul. Paul's my longest best friend.
So I would have known you.
Not longest.
He would have always, and I was very, very good friends with Paul
Right.
Yeah.
consistently.
But I didn't. Well, that's how I maintained the connection, maybe.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
and we would have seen each other at Paul's wedding, of course, as well.
Yeah. Or things, Paul was doing and stuff.
But we didn't meet each other through Paul.
No,
No,
I knew you
we
from
just
school,
got there.
obviously, yeah.
Mm.
And we lost hair around the same sort of time as well, so that connected us.
You keep saying that, but I'm going to
You
have to
have
say
a
that you're
beautiful
in a
head of
different
hair.
category altogether
No,
to me.
it's,
Like,
it's going.
You have a maybe thin hair. But
Yeah, it's
I
quite-
think you have a lovely head of hair.
It's
Yeah.
thinning.
yeah.
Men would kill for your hair.
Would they?
Yeah.
Really?
I
they would
would
scalp you.
like to have that much hair.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinning desperately. It's
Um,
going.
me and you, John, think we were best friends for this long?
Matchbox Car Park. Did we think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did actually.
I think the thing about after school is that you'll make friends that might last a bit longer, because a lot of people that were my year, I know you were my year, Scotty, but
Yeah.
that I would have been friends with. Not that I'm not friends, like I'd still say hello to them if I seen them, but you just don't see them.
Yeah.
Just went different lives, different groups. But then we became friends outside of school.
Yeah.
So you obviously like gravitate towards people maybe that have the same interests, or you get on well.
Yeah.
Where in your school you're forced together with
Yeah.
people maybe, you know.
I think we had a bit of a connection in the sense that we were just good mates. But like, I think there was a time where I didn't even see you for 3 years,
Oh yeah.
and we
yeah,
met up
definitely.
again. It was like
Yeah.
it was yesterday.
And then we tried to do a monthly thing and,
And
then
that
go
I
for
think that's
dinners.
when we decided it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we decided we've got to meet up more often. Then we always
Yeah.
made an excuse out that we learned to swim together,
Yeah, and
we
then we started
let-
doing things together.
and then we did a podcast together.
and
So
the golfing and stuff.
golfing.
It
Yeah.
wasn't really something you think about though when you meet people. Oh,
No.
how long are we going to be friends there?
But that's the sign. No, that's not a good question. That's the sign of a true friendship or a good friendship. Is you can leave it down, and then a year from now
Yeah.
you'll come back to it, and it's the exact same way you left it when
Oh,
you
yeah.
came back, and both sides are.
Yeah, you know a
equal in
real
that.
friend. Like if a
Yeah.
friend kind of, if you don't see a friend for a month and then he or she texts you to say, "Oh, you're an asshole, fucking not text me for
Yeah,
a month."
yeah.
No, we're not friends anymore. They weren't really
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah,
in the
no,
first
you
place.
know
No,
they're not.
Same with Connor. I checked in with Connor there the other day,
Yeah.
and he laughed because he felt like he had been talking to me because
'cause of the
he was listening to the
podcast.
podcast. But I have obviously haven't got any
Yeah.
feedback from him,
Yeah.
and he just said straight out, "Oh, we meet up for coffee or whatever." I was
Yeah.
like, "Grand, yeah,
Yeah.
we organise that." And same maybe with Tully and Nikki and Paul and stuff. So
Yeah, and then there's
Yeah.
obviously friends that you drift so far away from, and they're almost a stranger,
Yeah.
you'd see them on the street and you say hello to them or whatever. You might chat for a couple seconds,
or
but
just a nod.
if
Yeah, yeah.
if you spend like 10 minutes with them, the conversation would dry up like
Yeah.
because you wouldn't know what they're at.
Like I'd have best friends that I haven't seen in 10 years, but I wouldn't even say hello to them now.
Really?
Yeah, and it's not that I'm rude or anything. It's just I don't like they wouldn't say hello either. It's just a kind of a passing in the wind friendship.
Right.
Yeah.
So next question.
Oh,
it
sorry.
just to move on.
Yeah. Go on.
It goes a little bit light now here in the middle.
Okay.
So what was my most embarrassing moment? Any embarrassing moments?
Oh, well, I told one of my embarrassing moments on the podcast already. That was one of my first stories actually on the podcast. Was about opening the music school, and I worked in the
Oh yeah.
plumbing place.
Yeah, you
Not
actually
knowing
taught me
anything.
valuable lessons of always pre-vet your interviewees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. Or getting fired from the cinema, that was pretty embarrassing too.
Jeez, embarrassing.
Lots of women
Most
stuff.
embarrassing moment.
Embarrassing, like women stories. I'm terribly bad.
Yeah, I probably can't tell them actually.
I'm just shite.
Embarrassing moments. Jeez, I can't think of one.
Would it be embarrassing then to discuss it on air?
Ooh.
That would be the next
Well,
question.
I know a funny one with you though.
Tell me.
The one when you hit the cat.
That wasn't embarrassing though.
Then that's what I'm saying. That was funny.
It was worse for you because I didn't get anything. I didn't see anything. You seen it full blow.
So what happened? Now, did this
I feel
cat
terrible about that.
pass away?
We never stopped to find out.
Oh no!
I hope Peter doesn't contact us.
I only discovered it after Bertie rang me, and then I felt really bad.
Oh shit!
I-
'Cause we were driving behind him like.
Look, it's
On the way back
unavoidable.
from Dundalk, weren't we, Bert?
Dundalk is lifting his head
2
again.
weeks in a row. All right, we're gonna have to get this out.
We'll talk about Dundalk someday.
Oh my god!
Okay,
What
so
happened in
can't really
Dundalk?
nail down any embarrassing moments
I
that
was
we
in
could say
Dundalk as well, actually.
online, on air, or on a podcast.
Yeah, move on from that one.
Okay. Which?
Sorry, embarrassing moment. I actually have one.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
I crashed on the M50
Ooh.
during rush hour.
Oh.
I was on the radio on Everton of the guy that caused the traffic on the M50.
Oh no!
I was just cruising. I was on the way to Dunleary. I used to go to Dunleary every morning with work.
Right.
But the traffic was going at a consistent 5 miles per hour for at least 4 miles. So it was
Yeah.
literally just chatting away to the lad beside me, foot to the pedal consistently. Looked left. Oh yeah. Looked front. Cars were stopped,
Oh shit!
and we ran straight into the back of someone.
Oh no!
And I kind of only bumped him.
Yeah.
But it was a foreign lad, Polish lad, jumped out, started shouting abuse.
Oh,
You
my neck.
Sleeping. you were
Fell on the ground.
sleeping. You were sleeping. I said, no, I wasn't sleeping. Just cars are stopped. It's fine. Look, your bumper looks fine. Not even a scratch. Anyway, he kicked up a huge fuss. He wouldn't move his car. He wanted the guards coming, insurance. And basically then me and him got back into the car because he was ringing the guards.
Yeah.
So me and him just got back into the car and we were listening on the radio, just chatting away. And on the radio, due to a bad traffic incident, there is a large tailback all the way through to the Junction 7,
Oh,
from all the
Jesus.
way to Junction 15. I was like, shit.
Jesus.
The accident is on the right-hand lane. It is a, I think I had a Kangoo van, a white van,
No
involved in
way.
a collision. I was like, fuck's sake.
Was there a helicopter like above the thing?
I don't know. I didn't see any helicopter, but yeah, that's embarrassing for me because a lot of cars are driving by, looking in the window.
And we're
Oh
going
my
live to the
God.
new 7 helicopter.
Because at one stage, like your man, when the guards came, I had to stand out, and the guard was questioning me. I was leaning up against the railway,
Yeah.
the railing. Like the guard was just writing down my notes and stuff like that. And he's like, "You did me for dangerous driving and everything."
No way.
Yeah, because he was like, "Oh, look, I see there's no damage here, but
That was
part,
embarrassing.
part of the rules of the law of the road act 1989. I have to warn you on your dangerous driving under such and certain." I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, just
okay, thanks."
warning, like.
Yeah, he read out some dangerous driving act.
Oh, right, okay.
I didn't get charged or anything like that.
Okay,
but he
okay.
gave me some kind of. He read out the rules of the traffic act. And
Right,
said such
okay.
and such. So I'd imagine if I crashed again, it probably would have been on record that I crashed again.
You'd have to read the other half.
He read, yeah. So anyway, yeah, that was embarrassing.
Yeah, that is pretty embarrassing.
Anyway,
Although you got on the radio, that's something.
I was on
Yeah.
the radio, yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm on a podcast.
It was
Now
destined to
that's
be.
embarrassing.
Which fashion decision was my biggest mistake?
Oh god.
The
Time-
red
what time is
Ferrari
it?
jacket.
I know that was iconic.
That's
actually do
shocking. I actually thought that was the best years of my life wearing that jacket.
Yeah, I do remember you wearing that jacket actually. So I remember you having a bike.
The motorbike, yeah.
Yeah, and that jacket.
And that
Am I
jacket,
right?
yeah. Nobody
So-
missed me driving around the town.
So I do actually remember you from before the
True,
music.
True, yeah.
What
box.
what about when you had frosted tips?
They were at the time, it was cool.
Yeah,
Mm.
Kennedy had those
None
as
of them were
well.
embarrassing.
Frosted tips.
Hmm.
Yeah, the Ferrari jacket. Was the Ferrari jacket embarrassing? Because
No.
now I'm embarrassed.
The,
You shouldn't be. That was class.
the black tracksuit bottoms was the only pair of tracksuit bottoms you owned for years, and those white runners
Yes, yes.
before Agneta got a hold of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't live until
Now
I
he
met
has
the
fancy
wife.
clothes
Yeah.
and different outfits.
Yeah. Ooh. Very fancy.
Yeah, I was a pure culture. Blue jeans, brown shoes.
Boot cuts.
Yeah,
The same 5 t-shirts.
bleached blonde hair.
Oh yeah.
Same jacket for 5 years. Because after that Ferrari jacket, I had another red jacket for at least 5 years. I think, and the wife hated it so much, I think she threw it out
Oh,
secretly.
we lost that on the move.
Where is that jacket? I don't know where it is.
Jesus, bad fashion stuff. That's an
Yeah.
interesting one.
But you came out with that way too quick.
Oh, did I? Sorry.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. That was on the tip of your tongue.
I would think that when I had long hair. that wasn't great.
Oh, do you remember that? You look a bit like Hector.
Because I knew that I was going to lose it, so I had to cram as many different hairstyles in the few years.
How early on did you know that it was going?
Well, I knew it was always going to go anyway with the,
Well, yeah,
the
it's
brother and dad. But
Oh, right,
maybe
okay.
when I was 27, 28, it started
That's-
going thin at the back.
Yeah.
And then I said, if I got to 30 and I still had enough to have a picture of my 30 with actual hair, like,
yeah.
and I did. And then I got the razor for my 30th and I started cutting my own hair then.
Did someone hand it to me like, it's time?
No. I bought it myself. Like.
Did you ever think of going like to Turkey and getting hair done or anything like that?
Oh, yeah. But, like, the thing is with the price of it, you know, if it was, like, say, pocket money to you,
Yeah, yeah.
that you had a spare 5,000.
Yeah, you did it.
But 5,000 to me would be taken from something else I wanted to do.
Yeah,
One of your
same
side
here, yeah.
hustles.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So what is it? Do you not have certain things? That's how I'd have to weigh it up, and then it's not 100%. Like you might have to
Yeah,
go back
yeah,
and get
yeah.
it done again,
Mm.
Yeah.
and then it's more money. Like where if you had a bigger budget and 5,000 wasn't taken from something else, I probably would. Because
Mm.
it's
Yeah.
the one thing I probably think about the most. To be fair.
Really?
But it's
Even now?
I don't
Yeah.
think it defines you. I think it's part of you now. It's like I think it suits you. I think you look good. Good looking guy in it.
Yeah.
I like Jason Statham.
You have it. We make so many bald person jokes in this.
Yeah.
Um,
But there are certain times like thinking like when you're going to things that you get just a little bit nervous about going or anxious about going
really,
because of it. Yeah.
Really?
I think my opinion is baldness is just another way of someone's head. It's just a way of life. I don't look at a bald person and go, look at that poor guy. It's just baldness is sexy to some people.
yeah, different strokes.
Mm.
I would definitely think about it a lot more since I was single than I was when I was going out with someone, or married to someone even. It's obviously you think about what other people are thinking about you if you're in that situation.
I probably
So-
consider Bertie, your paranoia about your baldness. I probably think the same thing about my skinniness. So it'd be
Really?
the same scenario. I'm skinny.
Are you
It's constantly commented. Yeah, I'm a stick.
really?
Yeah. So
Now you're making me look at you.
that would
You're
be-
not actually.
You turn sideways, we can't see you.
yeah, yeah, them kind of comments. But I suppose they're the same kind of scenario, isn't it? You're paranoid about your.
Yeah.
I'd be paranoid about my.
I think
my-
we all
my-
have something
my
like that, don't we?
skinniness. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that definitely like going to weddings or going to functions or anything.
Yeah, but
Mm.
I think the baldness does not. I don't even know if I can call you baldness because you still have your hair. But
Yeah. Sides of Mac.
but I think it suits you. I think it's what defines you. Like it defines a bit of you. You know.
Yeah, you'd get used to it. I think the first while.
Well, it's 6 years now.
yeah, the first while you started doing it, obviously it was a little bit like of a culture shock.
Yeah.
But if you're shaving your head for long enough, that's just it, really, isn't it?
Mm.
Clean, tidy.
Understood.
I think keeping the weight down is important if you have no hair.
What the
Yeah.
fuck are you looking at me for?
Fatty.
if I could grow a proper beard, I think it would offset the whole thing about it a little bit more. But I
Yeah,
can't even do that.
You want a beard? Have you ever tried growing a beard fully out?
Yeah.
And what way does it end up?
Like you're from the fucking Amish country. It just goes really long on the front and nothing on the side.
Would
like,
you
and
not
then
grow
it
like
goes
a little
like
schmig?
it
Like a
grows.
schmiggeen?
It grows like what would you call it? Wiry. It doesn't grow like full like. So it whatever hair is there just goes long rather than thick,
Oh,
and it just looks
right.
like a chit like.
Right,
It's
okay.
squiggly and stuff. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people have a few
hard.
beards like that. Yeah.
Some people have all the breaks, don't they?
Yeah.
Feckers.
We go again.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we'll
now,
move
if
on.
you want to skip any of these, if you think they're shit questions, we move on.
Okay. Do we
name-
just shout out shit if it's like a shit question?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, the buzzer, like Britain's Got Talent.
Okay.
Name the song I love singing to in the car the most.
Ooh, too many. There's too many songs.
The River.
Which?
The River.
The River by...
Yeah, Garth Brooks.
Oh, right. I thought you meant Eminem and Ed Sheeran, The River.
Yeah, I like that one. And Standing Outside the Fire. Basically two Garth Brooks songs. They're done. I would love to know the words to sing Dreams by Cranberries. But
Oh, that's a
I
good
don't know the words.
You can get the lyrics.
So
of it, sure.
I try and sing, but when you're driving, like
Yeah, just look up the lyrics and hold it here like this. That's what the iPad's for.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I do know all the lyrics to that song.
Oh. I
Um,
must send you the band. One of the bands I'm in do a version of that,
Oh,
which is like really cool. Yeah,
nice.
I'll send it to you.
What other songs would you like singing in the car? Go-to song. If it came on the radio.
Free Fallen, but John Mayer's version.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
that's a
The
decent one. Yeah.
live gig.
And you
Yeah.
belt that out singing in the car
Oh yeah.
by yourself.
In the style of John Mayer.
I'm free.
You got to do lots of breathy stuff. That's very good.
And you don't have one particular one you like?
No, I'm always learning songs for.
You see, you sing
work and
songs,
stuff.
yeah. So.
So it'll be always something different. Yeah.
I think we covered the next one because why do you think we got along so well?
I'm
Kinda
still trying to
covered that one.
decide.
It's a personality thing. I definitely have. I would have got on with some people in school that I just kind of knew our personalities really we wouldn't have got on as we got older. That type of way.
Do you think that we get on better now than we would have if we stayed friends, like in school? Say we were best friends in school,
Mm-hmm.
but we were quite different people then.
No, I think we're probably on the same sort of track as well.
Yeah,
I think sports is probably the thing that would have connected us the most.
Yeah, because I think there's a reason that we kept bouncing back to each other.
Yeah, we're definitely destined to end up together.
Yeah.
Scotty, I have no idea why we and you were friends. No idea. I think
And we're
just
both
bumped,
very
we just bumped into
sound.
each other.
Yeah, well, again, we kind of
Plus, yeah,
our
we're just
paths
two
keep on
very
crossing.
sound guys.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're magnets to each other.
Do you know
Yeah.
what? Now you might remember this. I might have told this story before, but
Are you going to tell him
the-
that you fancied him when he was in school?
I think when people talk about
About time you told me.
me and you being friends, the way like the one story that I tell to prove the point of why you're my
Don't tell
best
him about
friend.
that story.
Are we going back to Dundalk again?
So one night in the
One time, at one time in Dundalk.
there was when I got my windows tinted, and I went, and for some strange reason at the time my card was a third level card, so it had a limit on it.
Yeah.
So I went to the bank link at Beachmount,
Yeah.
and the bank link wasn't working, and I tried to take out €200,
Right.
and it didn't give it to me, but it thought it had,
All right.
and
Oh,
I went to
no.
another bank, and then it wouldn't give me out to €200, and then it said my limit was exceeded or whatever,
Yeah.
Shit.
and your man only took cash, and it was €250, like. So I had to go back out to your man and think, all right, who am I going to ring? And the first name that always comes in case of emergency isn't actually mum or dad, it's John.
No way.
Bless.
And I rang you, and I go, John, any chance you're in Avon? He says, no, I'm at home. And I told you the story. And he said, hang on a second. Rang me back 2 minutes later, said, Agneta is in Avon, she'll meet you with the money.
I remember that
Class.
actually. Yeah.
So when people say about John,
So
that,
technically, Agneta was the friend that had.
well, you sorted it out, like.
Mm.
So I always think like that's the standard of a friend. John is like,
Yeah.
you know, that he, if you're in a pickle, he'd be one.
Yeah,
that
I'd
you'd
never be able to leave someone in a pickle. Like
Yeah.
I'd be just thinking, oh, what else can I do to help this person?
But you have those friends where if you're in a situation, even you might be a little bit embarrassed or you'd think, okay, people might judge me for this. You have a few of those friends where you're like,
Yeah.
like Paul Carras for me,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
And Kieran O'Grady's kind of the similar one as well.
Yeah.
There's a good few, Rob Matthews and Robbie Kennedy, obviously.
Well, like the thing of what
But-
I said about Paul being my longest friend, nearly all my like from probably 5
Yeah.
up until 20, Paul was involved in all those years at some stage. Like,
Mm.
Yeah.
and it's just when you get older, you drift out. But I like if Paul rang us up to do something, I'd still be
Yeah.
let's do it, like, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know. What's the worst thing that's ever happened to me or to you? Like that.
The worst thing.
Janie Mac. These are big, big questions.
Yeah.
Well, I had a crash in the M50 once.
Did something happen to you in Dundalk, I think, did it?
I got locked in a fridge once. That's mad.
The strawberries. The
I-
worst thing.
I don't dislocated my elbow. That wasn't that bad though.
Something happened to me.
Oh, like
that
injuries.
set me
Mm.
back. I think so. I crashed my car again. I had a Subaru Impreza and I crashed it. Someone,
And that's why
Drove
I
into
always
me.
meet you places.
but yeah, but that set me back because
Oh, yeah.
I had an SSIA account with the Bank of Ireland and I was saving up and I had like $2,500 and I was only like 19 or 20. And
Jeez,
like
very good.
$2,500 was a lot of money.
Yeah, huge.
But the week it matured, where I could take out $2,500, I crashed the car
Oh, damn it.
and it cost $2,500 to fix,
And that was that gone?
and that was gone. But I had plans to set up a business with that $2,500,
No way.
and I couldn't do it. So
What was the business?
I think it was something to do with the website. I think I was setting up kind of like a boards.ie event, a boards.ie website. style.
Wow.
Yeah. But it was to do with retail. Yeah, so I didn't get to follow through with it. I'd already invested like £800 to get the website designed. I had a website made and everything, but I needed bigger investment to close it off. And yeah, it just fizzled out. But I think another website has set up since. And it's been bought out for like a couple of million.
So would that be a big regret of yours?
Yeah, I still would have went through with it.
we found a regret.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's tough.
But it's same as what you're saying is like my life would have taken a different track.
Yeah,
like, and
exactly.
I would
Yeah.
have been like living in Silicon Valley and had like you know just been
Loads
single.
of wonderful things.
Lots of like a Ferrari and like
You sound
so thank God I'm on this route. Thank God I'm living in a small village in Ireland, far from the ocean.
Do you want to finish on a funny one or a serious one?
I go funny.
Funny, yeah.
Okay.
we've
Well, not funny, but
we've had
just
a few
like
serious
straightforward. So, you have, if we were going to let a celebrity join our group of friends,
Ryan
well,
Reynolds.
us three, I
Definitely
suppose.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I'd
Oh,
actually go
Ryan
with that.
Reynolds,
Yeah.
class. I never
Yeah.
would have thought of that, but yeah.
Straight up.
Okay, so that's something we agree on.
Oh, that's for the other one, yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah,
Do
definitely.
you want to finish on that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Then will we go shell bombs?
Let's go shell bombs.
And we finish on that?
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
that.
Does anybody have a shell bomb?
Yep.
Oh, another shell bomb. Excellent.
Yeah, I got
John, shell bomb?
No,
No.
I'm okay. Passing shell bombs this week.
Okay.
Okay. So, how would you rate yours?
Oh, standard.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my one first because I think it's standard as well.
Oh.
You can see this here. So Chip and Dale. Do you remember the Rescue Rangers?
Yeah.
The animated versions were just animated versions of Magnum PI and Indiana Jones.
I did not know that.
Damn it, you should have went second.
Isn't that cool? Look at them.
It is actually, that's exactly like them.
I just watched.
you even got mind blown. No, no. That is mind blown.
I watched that cartoon for years and never ever noticed
Can we
that.
actually post that up? Because
Yeah, absolutely.
we say every week, oh, we should post that up on Instagram, and we never do it.
Isn't that mad? Look at the pair of them.
Oh,
That's awesome.
That was a brilliant show, by the way.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I remember
That's
watching
good.
it actually.
Absolutely
What's
fantastic.
what's the tune of it?
Oh, we'll have to look it up. Hold on.
Okay.
Um, okay, you go, and we'll finish on the Rescue Rangers tune.
Yeah, oh, that's probably better than mine. Do you know the way you buy? You know, there's the hardback and softback of books and stuff.
Yeah.
Johnny knows that from the few that he's wrote. So
Come back to that.
For another podcast, I guess.
So there's like a hardback book usually has like a cover on it,
Yeah.
and I always wondered like, what's that? Because it's the same as, and then it was like, I don't know, but I found out today that that's called a dust jacket.
All right.
I never knew. I just thought it was another cover just to have on the book.
Oh, that little plastic thing that.
Yeah, that's the
goes around.
same as the cover of the thing. It just goes on.
I always throw that away.
I knew it was
Yeah.
some kind of protector.
100%
of the
time.
It's actually called a dust jacket. That's actually hard to say.
I didn't realize that.
Now, Scotty, have you the Rescue Rangers queued to play us out?
I do. Here we go.
Hopefully we don't get sued.
We will. I don't remember the song at all.
Wait for the chorus. This is probably the full version or something. Is it?
No, this is the
No,
actual.
1 minute.
I love the bass.
There we go.
And now I remember
It's,
that.
yeah, it's so 90s.
That's it.
Tom Selleck.
Ah, no, I
There it
know
is.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what you're waiting for. That's what you're waiting for.
And Dale, Rescue Rangers. Yeah, that verse at the start threw me big time.
Yeah.
It's like that.
But like most team tunes
t-
of
t-
shows have like extended versions.
for example, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air has like 2 other
Yeah.
big long verses,
Yeah.
and whenever it's played in the disco, everyone's like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Shell Bomb.
Shabam, bam, bam.
The chain